Hey guys, Jared James here, and welcome to episode 62 of the hashtag Jared James Show here on YouTube, guys. As always, if you enjoy this, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and share it with someone that you think would benefit from this. I think this is going to be an interesting topic to a lot of you out there, but I want to start off by saying as well, guys, we just opened up tickets to the 2020 Jared James Advance, okay? So make sure you get your tickets. It's going to be in Nashville, October 5th and 6th at the brand new, hasn't even opened yet, Grand Hyatt, okay? So go to jaredjamestoday.com/advance. We'll have the link below also in the description for this video. Get your tickets, guys. Get yourself, your team, your brokerage, everyone you know in real estate. It's going to be worth it. October 5th and 6th. It's beautiful there that time of the year, and it'll probably be some fun as well. On today's episode, I want to talk about the idea of, does having an office really matter? You know, I'm in a season, a time right now where I'm on the road a lot, and you know, I talk to a lot of different companies. Some have offices, some don't. Some agents have offices, some don't. And I'm going to talk specifically about an office for you to go to, and I'm going to talk about a private office for you, okay? And I'll start off by saying this. There is a seat for every butt. Right? So for some of you, you got to understand who you are. I'm not going to say which one's better, not better, whatever. Some people love to work virtually. Some people don't like to work virtually. I've read all the articles lately, not specifically about real estate people, entrepreneurs, but about employees working remotely, and you know, you don't need offices anymore. I'm going to tell you, I don't personally buy into that if you really understand the point of an office, right? They say, oh, productivity goes up when you're working from home. Do any of those people have children? Because I have worked from home when you have children, and it is about a 0 chance that you are more productive when you're around that, because there's always just one quick thing can you do, right? But that's not what this is about today, okay? So I want to talk about, do offices really matter? And I want to talk about your office overall. But even for those of you out there that are thinking about your personal offices, you know, I was with a company recently, one of our clients, and they're opening up a new beautiful office. And I was talking to some of the agents, and the agents are worried about, well, what about my personal office? What about? And I'm going to tell you that in today's world, and I'm just being very honest about it, guys, a personal office does not matter like it used to. For too many of you, an office, a personal office, it's a status symbol. It's what you used to fight for. It's what you used to need. You know, what you really need is a private place occasionally to meet and do those things. And so you got to have that, right? You can do it through conference rooms. You can do that through, I don't know if you guys can see it, but we've got booths throughout the office for like quiet areas that are soundproof booths when we're doing video calls with people and doing those things. But the idea of the personal, my God, the number of top producing agents that I know that in your companies you have personal offices and you're never even in it, it's a status symbol, guys. It's not what ultimately matters, okay? So we'll just move that aside and talk about the actual office overall. Does going to an office matter? I mean, you look at all these virtual brokerages and all these things, some of which we work with. Doesn't matter, right? An office, to me, the only way it matters to you, again, seat for every butt, but the only way that it matters for you is if you understand that an office, for those of you that need it, is about more than just a roof over your head. It's about more than just shelter, right? An office is supposed to be about energy, collaboration, these things. The idea of an office, the idea of having people around you in an office is really the idea of synergy, right? The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. It's the idea that when you're in there, you know, what is it that you're getting? And so when you're thinking about your office and you're thinking about your brokerage's office, or maybe you're a broker and you're thinking about the agents in your office, I want you to ask yourself, what energy do I get as a result of being in this office, okay? So we said it's collaboration, we said it's all these things. What energy do I get as a result of being in here? What energy, as a result of being in this office, being around the people, being around, what energy do I get? What energy do I give, by the way, okay? And when I'm talking about the energy, I'm talking about both from the people and from the environment, okay? Both of those places, okay? You feel a certain way when you go into certain places, right? If you walk into a funeral home, does your energy go up or down? Do you leave there happy or sad, right? It's no different when you walk into the office you work in, when you walk into the real estate space that you work in. You know, what happens to your energy? both because of the people that are around you and the environment around you. So think about it for a second. The people that are in your office, are they negative? Are they happy? Are they helpful? Are they collaborative? Are they competitive? Are they any other if that's out there? Like, are they those things? I want you to really think about this for a second. What energy do you get as a result of being there? Now, also from the other side, when you look at it from an environment perspective, environments absolutely affect your mood. Okay, this is why, and it's my belief that for those of you that need an office, which office it is matters so much because it affects how you feel. You've probably heard me say a million times, the number one reason for the top 100 salespeople in the world is their ability to control, their ability to manage their own state of mind, right? Ability to control, ability to manage their own state of mind. That's the number one reason for the top 100 salespeople in the world. And if you think your environment doesn't create that, I don't know what you're smoking. Like it absolutely, if you don't think that matters, then go work out of a dark, dingy, damp, like, you know, just terrible place and see how you feel. See what happens to your level of production as a result of being there, right? So all of us have to stop and look and say, hey, if I'm going to be in an office, not only what do the people look like, what do I bring to the table, but what does the environment look like? What does it feel like? Let's remember, guys, it is 2020, not 1920, right? And so if you were to take a walk around our office, there's a reason why you can see the ceilings and it's open and collaborative and there's those booths and there's ping pong tables and there's, you know, bean bags and there's coffee machines and a full kitchen and a bar thing where you can sit and everybody collaborates and, you know, a countertop and like all of that stuff is there. It's because it adds to the environment, right? And so you want to really be asking yourself, what goes on in the environment here that's either adding or that's taking away, right? And now when you start to look at it, here's what you want to do. Because I know some of you are watching this and you're like, that's awesome, but I don't have that. Or that's awesome, yeah, Jared, tell them. That's great, tell them, right? Here's what you should do, because I don't always just want to give problems, I want to ultimately give the solutions, okay? So, if you're an agent, talk to your brokers. If you're a broker, talk to your agents. What do they want? What feeling do they want? Here's what's really cool about when you have an office that really supports the vibe you're trying to give, right? And supports that environment and it's positive and it makes people like to be there and it makes them feel free and it makes them feel productive and it makes them feel collaborative and it makes them feel all of these kind of things. You got to remember that your office and just people in general, what Apple did a really good job of is they not only made it cool to use Apple products, they made it not cool to not use Apple products, right? And so it wasn't just, oh, young people are using Apple. My grandparents were using Apple products, right? Because that's what you did, okay? And so there was a certain sense of like when someone had an Apple product opposed to when someone still had a, what were those things called? Nikon, or what was those old phones called? Like the flip-ups. I completely forget the names right now. But you had the Razors and you had these other things. And like, when someone had an Apple and then somebody had that, you were kind of like, wow, like what age are you living in right now? Okay, it didn't matter what age they were, all that matters is what they were doing. Your office is no different. Your office gives a vibe. Your office makes people feel a certain way because the people in your office not only want to feel cool or want to feel like they're at something cool, they want to not feel like they are. Meaning that when they walk into your office, they don't want to feel like, oh, here we go, it's 1940 again, you know, whatever. So agents, talk to your broker. Brokers, you need to talk to your agents and really see what is it that they want. But here's what I would recommend to all of you, especially you agents right now that are like, I'm going to go talk to my broker because they don't set the kind of environment I want and they don't whatever. Don't complain, okay? The quickest way to get something that you want or that you need or that you whatever is not to complain. That is not a voice that anyone's going to hear, okay? That complaining, that one that's just sitting there critical and doing, your voice is not going to be heard if that's what you're doing, okay? What you need to do is, yeah, talk to your broker, talk to your agents, but the old corny cliche, be the change that you want to be, it's actually true, right? Like, start in your area. Make your area look like an environment that people are going to want to be in. Make your cubicle look like the spot people are going to want to be in. If you have a private office, make that the spot that people ultimately want to be in, that your clients feel good in. Buy a coffee machine for your office. Buy an espresso machine for your office. Get some bean bags. Get a ping pong table. Look, I'm well aware, we did a session last year at our advance, the one that's coming up again here in October, but last year's advance, we did a session where it was titled something like, it takes more than coffee and ping pong tables to create culture, right? So I'm well aware that it takes more than those things to create culture, right? But I'm also aware that they lend to what it is you're trying to do, that they add to what it is that you're trying to create, okay? It's like it takes more than running shoes to get into shape, right? But they're the start. You see what I'm saying? So while we can say, hey, it takes more than running shoes to get into shape, you still need the running shoes. This morning when I went for a run, I needed the running shoes to go for a run. And so while it takes more than bean bags and ping pong tables and espresso machines and all these kind of things to create culture, they're still a start. They're a symbol to the people around you of like, hey, we're trying to create an environment you want to be in. We're trying to create an environment that you're excited to bring your clients into. We're trying to create an environment that shows freedom and shows all of these things and shows that we are of today. We are not stuck in 35 years ago. And believe me, guys, we're not just talking about this. I do this here with the people that work here, and you know, they've got their places where they work, and then you'll see them over on a beanbag over here, and then you'll see them off in an office over here, and then you'll see them over in a sound booth over here making a call, and then you'll like it's 2020, okay? And so we want to make sure that we're making every effort to make sure that we feel comfortable, that we feel that the environment that we give, the energy that we give off says that we're for today, and we want you to be happy, and we want you to be productive, and we're not stuck in our old ways. But for those of you that are watching that want to go and complain to that broker, not what I recommend. Be the change that you want to be. Buy something, fix up your area, start the change in your area, let others start to take over. That is how change will ultimately happen. Because look, when we say, does having an office really matter? Private office? Probably not. But the office overall, if it's not going to add to your workday, if it's not going to add to how you feel, then it's probably not necessary. But for those that are actually going to take it serious and make sure that how you feel as a result of being there, how productive you feel, the energy that you get from it, it can absolutely be something that propels you on to the next level. Because look, you either get around people and you feel like crap, or you get around people and you feel amazing, and the environment and what you do to create that has everything to do with it. And I'm sure that everyone listening right now would love to have an environment like that to go to. So be the change that you want to be. That's my message to you. Guys, if you enjoyed this, as I always say, give it a thumbs up. I love it when you do that. I always look at those and see, you know, how many we've got on there. Leave a comment. What are you going to do? What are your thoughts on this? But what are you going to do to change in your area? Okay? That's what ultimately matters. So let me know if this was helpful. Let me know what you're going to do to change. Share it with someone else, guys. It means the world to me. You should probably watch this in your office meeting. You can all kind of collaborate and figure out what you're going to do. Hopefully I'll see you at an upcoming event. Hopefully I'll see all of you at the 2020 Jared James Advance in Nashville, October 5th and 6th. It's going to rock, guys. Can't wait to see you in person. Talk to you soon.